Alrighty. Continuing on with my South African knife collection. Update for July 10, 2020. I just wanted to give you guys an overall look at what I've collected so far. Like I said, I have 28 custom, actually 29. The 28th one is not here because that's going to be the video I'm going to do right after this one. But I had to put something in the space, and I wanted to make sure I showed you guys this knife again. So why don't we go ahead and start off with this one. So this one is by J.D. Ellis. This is actually part of a, I guess, collecting project is what I like to call it. If I can actually pull it off, it would be fantastic. If I can get all of the knife makers to get into it and actually complete it, I'm going to be so excited. Excuse me. I'm currently saving up money for that project. So the idea is, I'm going to make it really quick, but if you want to check it out, check out my Instagram, as I have, I guess I'm going to call it commissioned, 4 different custom knife makers to make me a holiday knife and to go crazy with, you know, whatever materials they can use and come up with their version of an American holiday on a knife. And this is the very first one by J.D. Ellis. As you can see, the stars and stripes on it are absolutely stunning. I went over this video before, so I'm not going to do it again. If you want to check that out, you can certainly see that video. But it does have a Damas steel blade. There is J.D. Ellis's name right on there. One of the things I promised him I wouldn't do was I would never disclose the price of the knife, and I won't. I probably won't be disclosing the price of any of my knives. If you want to, you know, find out the price of some of these, you feel free to comment on my channel. You can ask me, and I'll tell you. Maybe shoot me an email or something. But yeah, so this is the J.D. Ellis 4th of July special with stars and stripes. And this knife was actually the talk of Instagram for a while there. So I think it still is, actually. J.D. Ellis. So let's go ahead and start up here. So this is the Thorburn L51 front flipper. I'm sorry, L48 front flipper. By Thorburn. This is a special knife that he does. This one is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. The file work, again, absolutely stunning. He is very famous for the file work, and in case none of you guys are aware of it, his wife does all the bolster work on all of the knives. They are a team. I've commented on this before. I think Marguerite's name should be right next to Andre's, or at least what I would do is I would have Andre's name on the front of the blade and then have his wife's maker's mark on the back, or probably do this, have his wife's maker's mark somewhere on the bolster hidden so we can see it. She can make that like a secret into the design. I think that would be an awesome thing for her to do, because the bolster work is such an important part of Andre's work. She does the finishing touches on all the knives, and the bolster work is just stunning on everything she does. You're going to see that in a few minutes with another Thorburn knife that I have, which I have said is my favorite Thorburn piece. This one is by Ramirez. I don't remember the model number of this one offhand, but this knife has Damas steel bolsters. It runs on, again, IKBS ball bearing system. It has a carbon fiber backspacer, which is something that Ramirez is very well known for. He is very well known for changing up the backspacer design. I have 4 knives from Ramirez, and all the backspacers are pretty close to different in each one of them. They may be similar. I think they're similar on 2, but pretty much on all 4 knives, they're different. I mean, he does something different with backspacers all the time. I think he even does one in zirconium. I don't know if that's something that he's done. But yeah, this is a carbon fiber backspacer. It's got shredded marble carbon fiber and Damas steel bolster. The blade is a sheep's foot blade. Really, really very nice. Love this knife. Blue liners, titanium liners on it. Fairly heavy handle, but again, that's part of the art, isn't it? You know, I like that my knives feel different. I don't like them all to feel the same. I want them to be, you know, there's a reason it is as heavy as it is. All these knives, there's a reason they were designed the way they were designed. So, all the knives have pulse shut smooth action with the IKBS ball bearing system. This one runs on tool steel ball bearings. So, there you have it, Arugula plumeris. This is the Trevor Burger EXK front flipper. One of my all-time favorites in my collection. It has an acid wash blade on it with blue twill, blue carbon fiber twill, and carbon fiber handle, half handle, I guess. It has a 3D milled pocket clip on it. That acid wash blade means you can use the hell out of it and don't have to worry about scratching it up. It is an amazingly smooth knife. I am begging for Trevor Burger to make me a one-of-a-kind LEX front flipper, which is the larger version of this knife. I'm lucky to even get a hold of this one. His knives are just really, really in demand. If you see one and you got the cash on you, don't pass it up, because he is absolutely necessary in life for happiness. Trevor Burger. Oh, that's hysterical. So this is the Willem Steenkamp. I wish I could remember the names of these knives. It has. So I'm just going to describe the materials on it, so I can't remember the names. This one has all black carbon fiber handle and a titanium pocket clip with the gold liners. Really makes it stand out. Runs on IKBS ball bearing system with an M390 blade and a carbon fiber back spacer. Really sweet. Again, a Willem Steenkamp. This one I remember the name of it. Thank God. This is called the Willem Steenkamp Raider flipper. It has white twill on it, which I thought was really interesting. I never seen white twill on a knife. Black carbon fiber on it with the silver pocket clip and the silver pivot. This knife kind of reminds me of a knife that somebody would probably carry in the Old West, just because that pivot looks so, I mean, the silver really pops on this knife. Kind of reminds me like a cowboy would be carrying this knife, you know, in this configuration, like a Hollywood cowboy knife. That's what I kind of look at it as. You know, you could probably see, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the movie Shane, but, you know, I could see like Alan Ladd having this knife in his pocket. I don't know if you guys know who Alan Ladd is. Keep in mind, kids, I am 53, so I'm from a different generation. You guys haven't heard of the movie Shane, which I think is pretty sad, but that's another story. So anyway, yeah, the Willem Steenkamp Raider flipper. Okay, so earlier in the video, you saw a white G10 version of this knife by Arugula plumeris. This one is the one-of-a-kind handmade piece. Having trouble flipping that because of the glove. Yeah, this one's a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. This one is in sort of not gold, but copper-colored knife with the copper lightning strike carbon fiber on it. That copper color just sort of pops, or that brass color sort of pops. Really, when I saw this, I had to have it. To me, it was completely unique. Absolutely love the look of this one. The backspacer, like I said, Arugula plumeris does weird things with backspacers. Check it out, kids. It's M390. Not only is M390 the blade, but M390 is the backspacer. Isn't that crazy? So basically, if you broke the blade off, you could just say, hey, Arugulas, how about you replace the backspacer with standoffs? And go ahead and take that out, sharpen it, and put it on the end right there. You got yourself a backup blade right there, I guess. So, yeah. Arugula plumeris. I'm going to say it's the L06 front flipper by Arugula plumeris. I hope I got that right. This one, I do remember because I just got it. This is the A9 front flipper. This is a collaborative piece by Andre Thorburn and Andre Van Heerden. You can see their maker's mark right there, A2. I've actually done a video on this knife already. You guys want to check that out? It's on my channel. So this knife has lightning strike carbon fiber and blue liners on it. So titanium pocket clip, really very nice. I think I've said on my channel that the pocket clip to me does not match the rest of this knife, but it works and I think it's fine. You know, it's always nice to have something that stands out on a knife, so I guess this would be it. Again, A9 front flipper by Andre Thorburn and Andre Van Heerden. This knife way over here on the corner is very, very special. This is my one and only full dress piece by Ramirez, and I had to have this in the gorgeous blue color. In the light, it looks purple, but really, it's blue. You know, there you go. There's the blue. So, yeah, one thing about anodizing on titanium knives, you have to know what you're doing to keep that blue color, from what I understand. Because if you go, I'm not sure if you're going longer, I don't even know how the process works. But if you're not careful, it could turn purple, and then all your knives will be purple, so. Yeah, so this one has Damascus blue bolster and shredded marble carbon fiber with the Dama steel blade. And if I turn to the back, we have more stunning stuff waiting for us with the rope file work on it by Ramirez. And again, the back spacer, weird, Dama steel. Dama steel. The pocket clip is blue titanium with a ceramic ball on it. Really very pretty. It's just an absolute gorgeous knife. All these knives I have used, I use them lightly. But I do use them. Reason is, if you don't use them, you're going to lose them. So, real favorite. This is the Trevor Burger Dakar Flipper. I believe he made 30 of these in the same configuration. I think I have number 16. It's on the inside of the knife. I've spoke about Trevor Burger before. He is a gentleman who does not like to have any markings on his knife. You don't even see his own name anywhere on the knife, do you? I've done this on my channel, but if you look closely, boom, there it is. Trevor Burger knives. There it is right there in the light. But you have to look to find it because it ain't there. If you're not looking, it's not there. It has lightning strike carbon fiber on it. And the smoothest, very smooth, this knife just has drop, look, it has drop action. The second you open this knife, it just wants to fall shut. There are no production knives I know of that do that. Runs on IKBS ball bearing system. Really pretty ceramic ball bearing system, by the way. Which brings me to this knife, because this is probably the biggest mystery. This was my EDC carry for today. This is the, I can't remember the name of this one either. Let me see if I can pull out my book, because I'm sick of not knowing the names of these knives. So just hang in there. Hold on. There we go. This is called the Gold Midi front flipper. Yeah, it's by J.D. Van Deventer. It has shredded marble carbon fiber and blue twill, which I think is absolutely stunning. Again, with the blue. And the pocket clip is a piece of artwork I have never seen in my life. I believe the pocket clip is made of zirconium. Really very pretty. It's got a nice G10 backspacer. The blade is M390 steel. One of the most interesting, two things that are really interesting with this knife that I think is absolutely incredible. Number one, the knife runs on tool steel, IKBS tool steel ball bearings, and it falls shut like a ceramic knife. Look at that. That's insane. Just the action is unreal. It's a mystery. And they're not ceramic ball bearings, they're just tool steel ball bearings. The other thing I love about this knife is the way that the lockup was done on it. I think you guys need to take a closer look at this if you can. One of the things I love about custom knives, when I take a good close look at them, some of them have interesting designs to them. This one, whenever you see a liner lock, right? Let's see if I can explain this to you. Whenever you see a liner lock, and this is not to impugn, you know, any of the other knife makers in my collection. It's just something that I've noticed. But if you look at a liner lock, they're usually pretty straight, right? It's just straight up into the bar, and then they close. However, on this knife and this knife, take a look at the way that the liner kind of hugs the underside of that blade. Creates a really solid lockup there. I mean, it's rounded. It's kind of curved like my finger here. So it'll like pretty much just go with the underside of that knife, which makes it a really nice touch to the lockup. It means it's hugging it. But back to the JD Van Deventer knife, it's even more predominant because on this one, look how far all the way up it goes. It practically touches the knife all the way up, curved like, it's like a hook, kind of. I've never seen that on a knife. Really fantastic. We're going to go ahead and skip the JD. Oh, how about just one more quick look? Because it's so beautiful. There you go. Stars and Stripes. We already did this one. Really pretty. Blade 1 in my commissioning project. That's what I'm going to call it. This one, again, by John Arnold. This would be considered his version of a full dress piece. Pretty much. It's got a Damascus steel blade on it with marble carbon fiber and blue liners, blue titanium pocket clip, and a moon glow back spacer. I'm not going to show you, but it does glow in the dark. I don't know if you could see that, but no, you can't. But it does glow in the dark, so you can find your knife. He's the only knife maker I know that does that. Really cool. Never thought about that. So it's John Arnold front flipper. Sorry, I don't remember the names. This one is another stunning one that I picked up at the Blade Gallery. I had to have it. This is the Andre Van Heerden. I can't remember. Oh, God, I hate the name. I don't remember the names of these. I can describe the knife, right? I just can't remember the names. Here we go. So this one is the M44 Righteous flipper. This is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. The handle design is by Tashi Bharucha. He is a French designer who teamed up with Andre Van Heerden. Andre Van Heerden is really big on collaboration knives. Really, as you can see, the knife has got a little use on there. I love this piece. Use it anyway. Runs on ceramic ball bearings. Very, very smooth. It has carbon fiber all around it. And this is all one piece, guys. Like the thing with the pivot, it's got that marble carbon fiber around it. Nobody knows how he did that. But it's all one piece. It's not like it's like this red wood on top of it, and then he put the inlay of the carbon fiber on top of it. No, it's all one piece, and nobody knows how he did it. The liners are in gold liners. Steel is CTS HXP. Keep forgetting to mention the steel on these. Sorry about that. Steel is CTS HXP with a zirconium pocket clip and G10 backspacer. M44 Righteous Flipper by Tashi Bharucha and Andre Van Heerden. I was going to say Thorburn. Finally, this is my absolute favorite knife. One of my absolute favorite knives in my collection. This is my one Used to be my one and only true custom. Now I have two true customs made for me by a knife maker. This one is by Andre Van Heerden. I'm Andre Van Heerden. Andre Thorburn. It's his M38 or M48. Can't remember. I think it's M38 front flipper. By Andre Thorburn. Now, the knife has white Westinghouse micarta, a very, very rare, almost indestructible material. The material is 100 years old. It's the same material they use to insulate refrigerators, and they found a use for it in knives. This is definitely one of the most beautiful knives in my collection. If you take a look at the white Westinghouse micarta, it actually mimics the beak of an eagle. That yellow streak going down. You can see that yellow streak on the beak of an eagle. As I've spoken to you before about Marguerite Thorburn, and her work is just as important as Andre Thorburn's work. The bolster work on this is just absolutely spectacular. With the eagle on both sides of the knife, she does a beautiful job. I don't want to cause any family feuds, but Andre, your maker's mark is beautiful that it's here, but I would love to see Marguerite's maker's mark on this side of the knife. What do you say? Maybe we can make that happen, because she really does fantastic work. He always says they are a team. Let's make her one by putting her name right on there, because she is just fantastic with this artistry that she does. So there you have it, all 28 of my South African customs gone over for you as of July 10. I am going to come back in a little bit and do a third video. I just want to take a break because it's really hot right now. And I don't have my air conditioning on because I didn't want you guys to hear the air conditioning. So I shut that off to do the video. I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm fainting. But anyway, I will be back with another very, very special knife by a very, very special knife maker. Probably one of my all-time favorite knife makers of all time. I'm going to give you a little hint, guys. This is it. This is the hint. So I will be back in a few minutes. I'm going to put these knives away, come back out with just one knife, and we're going to do a fantastic overall first impressions of my new knife by this incredible knife maker who also made this knife. This is Omar the Knife Shark Guy signing off until hopefully in about a half hour. I will see you guys in a bit. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys, God bless and stay safe.